Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard our Boeing 737 on behalf of Ryanair and crew for your flight number.
So this is the laboratory.
What?
This is the laboratory.
Yeah.
Nice. So let us know how this
Extremely uncomfortable. I really did not appreciate that. Really not. That was so not fun. If you don't have to do it, don't do it.
It's the first corona test for Hygin Delimat. We are here at Vides Deja Festival with Lilia Lipora, the founder and director of the festival. And it's an environmental dance festival. I would like to ask you what brought you to the idea to establish a festival like this.
I think this is maybe nothing new. I'm also a choreographer. When I started to create performances, productions, and in Latvia there is no space where we can perform. And the solution...
Because there's so less venues? Or?
There is no venues, okay. Especially for dance theater, for contemporary dance. You know, in Europe, I think only in Latvia, in Slovakia, there is no venue for contemporary dance.
Like there's no dedicated venue for
yes.
contemporary. It's not like
yeah.
it's just you're like a guest at the theater, for example.
Yeah.
It's really
and
difficult,
it means that you need so much money to rent the space and
it's
perform.
Crazy.
And when you go out Riga, about 100 kilometers, the situation totally different. There is good spaces.
Okay.
Because there's folk dance everywhere. And
folk dance is very famous in Latvia. More than 20,000 dancers dance.
Wow. Yeah. So they are maybe even happy if something happens then in other places out of Riga. No?
Yeah, and for example, Riga, you see so beautiful place, and we have culture house, and we can.
It's incredible, it's something very special. For me also to come here, you're in a place completely in the countryside. It is so beautiful, and still you have the facilities to do things.
And still in Latvia, it's contemporary dance, it's not popular, it's not recognizable. Recognized, yes. And this festival also not only for artists, for choreographers who work in this field, but also for inhabitants. It's like...
Yeah, maybe you can tell us a bit more about like how you bring together the artists and the kind of local people and the traditional dance forms. It's very interesting, I think.
Yeah. That's why Vides Day is a festival which moves from one place to another. And it's good to stay 2 years in one place. Because first year, for example, how we now in Ligatne, it's like more strange for local people, and they looks like a little bit like this, and for what's happening around. And next year, it's easy to go deeper and communicate and involve local people. It's easy. It's also not maybe. For choreographers, it's not easy to work with, to mix local people and professional together to make new production. This is a challenge. And contemporary dance helped me also to say to people that dance is more deeply than happiness, than more like just express. Not joy only, not only smiling, and there is more deep,
more emotional,
more meaning in movement, and people before start to talk, they more feel, and more use body language, and maybe we lost something in nowadays.
And you think that contemporary dance can bring it back?
Yes.
But on a certain level, I also find the transition with like folk dances interesting, because I think they are in a certain way very connected to the land here, to the culture and the land, and I think it makes us a good transition for contemporary dance to like get maybe in touch with the land in a different way than.
You think so, yeah?
Maybe, yeah.
But I think what Lilia also says is that the primary emotion in folk dance is joy.
It's joy and happiness, it's like...
And there is more that the body can express.
This is for sure, yes.
But also there is from folk dance there is one big strong feeling, it's like common energy.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes in contemporary dance we can't feel so big, strong common energy when we create in group and we dance in one rhythm and one like kind of ritual.
I think that was also very visible in your performance yesterday. Because you had a performance yesterday where you like invite the audience also to join, and I think there's common energy. Well, contemporary dance is often about the individual and the intellectual aspect of the individual and the conceptualization, and I think it's nice that you can integrate this. I wanted to say it yesterday, but it was a little bit, not the time and place, but I really enjoyed that in your performance you kind of integrate this folk energy into a contemporary.
In Latvia we have strong this Latvian folk dance for the stage, and also there is another way is real folk. And I think this real folk dance, it's more close to contemporary than that folk dance for stage.
Yeah,
this is more.
I think so.
This is folk dance for stage. This is close to classical ballet.
Yeah. And I think in the real folk dance, it's really about the community.
Yes.
Finally. And for me, I'm coming from breaking, and I think. Like in the hip hop culture, it's also very much about community, like much more than in contemporary dance. And it's like what I experienced with the fire on the mountain outside. In a certain way, it reminded me from the just happiness and joy of the people on some breaking jams, or just the people from the hip hop scene also come together to do what they like to do and celebrate. Yeah.
And you can break the wall, and it's easy to.
But it's like this very Dionysian idea of ritual that you share. And I think dance is emerging from the general idea of dance is emerging from this Dionysian ritual of just pure ecstatic celebration. And I think the folk dance, break dance, and all kinds of more closer to the people kind of dance. This is like that. Then we just put it on stage and it becomes something completely different, but I think that's nice to connect.
When you have a time in June 21, I can, of course you are welcome to come to Latvia, because more than 25 years I celebrate this Midsummer Festival. And we use very paganic traditions. We also dance and sing and swim.
Where all the people come together, no? Is it where all the people come together to dance and sing together?
Yes, and all
because
nights.
we heard from the people here that it's so special. I would really like to.
Yeah, you are welcome. Yes, it's very special time. Dance all nights and sing and swim. It's swim. All people go naked, swim and dance also.
Maybe you could still shortly tell us about how much artists you have per year and how much per participants. I think that would be interesting, just some details.
Every year, it's of course depend of financial situation, but the best is from all 10 years, it's when we have 9 new production.
Okay.
This year we have 8.
Okay.
But the best for me is 9 new production. And this means there's at least 9 choreographers. Sometimes how you.
And it's every year the same, that you invite choreographers to create pieces with people from Latvia mainly.
Yeah. This is a priority of the festival: creation of new productions, new choreographies, site-specific choreographies.
Something very special, I think.
Yes, and there is also another activities in the program. For example, masterclass every morning and evening program. And in the evening program, we invite also already performances, but performances which could be adapted to some local places. I don't maybe invite so much performances like black box for black box space, like usual theaters.
More for outside. Yeah.
More for outside, sorry, from open air stage and
And like how much participants you have more or less?
It depends of the year.
Yeah.
This year we are about 50.
Is it a big cut through Corona, or is it kind of the same?
Could be 70.
Okay.
This year's 50.
Okay.
But
It's still good.
Yeah.
Considering to other places in the moment, it's very
Yeah.
good, I think.
Great. Thank you. Dan.
Thank you so much. It's really a big pleasure to be here, and I'm very connected to this festival and the idea and the place also.